Hardstock Diamond? Not anymore. After hundreds of games without progress, I climb to Master in just 13 games with only one comp, Dynamo Flex. This is game 10 of the climb, where we reflect on the key moments that shape the game. Enjoy. The game gives us a Twisted Fate opener, so we get gold every stage and your economy is just spikes a little bit harder, so every board just going to get stronger overall. For the units we got, nothing in particular stands out. We just pick basically everything, mainly the Bruiser and the Vanguard line we're trying to play, and got a Jin. So we are fielding backline here and try to get a little bit more frontline. For the first augment, it's Starry Night, Dummies and Salvage Bin. Like here would be an angle to root off for Kog'Maw, because we already have two Kindreds, one Kog'Maw and one Vi. But since we're playing Dynamo Flex, it's not really an option. Gold for Dummies is okay-ish, just to gain more gold, but Salvage Bin just looks like the best here. And those items would also be fine to get an early tier, or an early blue buff, and slam it on our backline, but we don't have like a Morgana yet, just a Jin. So yeah, we just play Salvage Bin and try to win streak early. Also getting a good front line and trying to play the best board possible here. Due to slamming all the items, as you can see on our Shaku 2, we get 4 wins in a row and pick up an Elise and a Kane here, heading into the last combo round. And even though we slammed all our items, the fight wasn't even close. For the augments, we get offered Replication, Spear's Wall and Glass Cannon. Like Spear's Wall just benefits Misfortune and Jin, so we basically skip it and can decide between the two. But we prefer to play for Replication here, mainly because we also want tank items. The problem though, we don't really get a tank item, just a tier, a rod and a cloak. I think you can argue between a rod and a cloak here, because we already have the blue buff. Rod would give us some immediate strength, but cloak's also not too bad, although most current lobbies mainly play an 80 line, so it's definitely not optimal. So we pick the cloak here to get Adaptive Helm immediately on Elise with the tier, which can later turn into a tank item or just a backline item for Aurora. And then of course the Dragon's Claw. After Carousel on 3-5, we go to 7 to put our 4 Vanguards in. We're still on 80 HP, so fairly comfortable. Although none from our board is upgraded yet. Everyone is 1 star. So we win our next combat, but lose the one after that right away. Heading into Wolves, trying to upgrade our board. We are rolling on level 7 here, and I think it's the correct play. Although you could also argue to wait one more combat and then roll on 8. I think both are fair. What would you have done? Would you have rolled on 7? Or greeted one more, lost like 10 HP and gone 8? Here, we hit a lucky Misfortune. So I think rolling was a pretty good decision. Although I'm not sure about selling the Jin. Just making us way weaker, and we're definitely looking to go level 8 now. And of course, get a super bad loss and lose like 13 HP. Considering these augments, nothing's really good and we should just roll everything. Looking to get something better, which is what we do on his bulky bodies, which is fairly decent. Should roll the gold ones, but we pick it right away, which is totally fine. Like, in my opinion, this is the most critical moment of the game, because we're on 70 gold and need about 40 HP to upgrade, so we have 30 gold to roll, and we should definitely level here, also because it's the perfect interval, so we don't lose out on the 4 gold, or on the 2 gold if you would say so. But we opt to stabilize our board, because we haven't really hit a lot of our 2 stars, so in that moment I guess it sort of felt to upgrade. But we're getting in such a bad spot because we lose so much HP with our board not being that strong, not being that decisive in rolling. Like, it should have been stabilized on 7 beforehand and roll till at least 2 and then go 8. Or just greed and send it here on level 8. But this way we're like doing something in between, just being indecisive and slowly bleeding HP, while our board is still very weak. Just very bad decision making in my opinion. So now in this spot we can't even go level 8 and have to bleed one more because we only have like 16 gold and guarantee board 4. Additionally, the item slams are too slow. Just bad plays all around. We're just very lucky to actually win this combat and now bleed even more HP. Somehow, we even managed to win the next combat because he's only on a 0-1 and can now, with 44 HP, greed one more and then go in after Raptors. Of course we lose and are on 33 HP now. A way better spot than we actually deserve. So going level 8 and trying to hit everything. Like usually in this spot you would never be able to go level 9 anymore because you already got 6 Braums. Well, we actually hit a Zag, which is super lucky, and then Elise, and a Misfortune and then a Roar. Like these rolls are completely insane and are super lucky. Like now we can potentially go 9 actually, but as you can see I was totally off this game. Also forgetting about bulky bodies. And it's not a gold bulky bodies, it's a prismatic. So we're just wasting so much combat strength. Also, as you may have noticed, the Darius 1 got swapped in instead of the Braum 2. So yeah, we're deservedly losing. And also, of course, selling the Braum 2. And here we apparently decide to swap our whole board, thinking it might be stronger, which it is definitely not because we have no Kabuko. Try to go level 9 with 5 gold left. Of course, not hitting anything. Just some pairs. And being way too slow now to slam any items. Also, did you notice? Do you like our positioning? How only Elise and Misfortune benefit from the Prismatic Augment bulky body. We just need one partner next to each other. We're griefing our whole board, our whole game. It's terrible. At this point I finally noticed, although the game's already doomed beyond the repair. Like there's no chance to coming back, but at least we benefit from the Prismatic Augment in our last combat. In our potentially last combat. So, can we pull through the hardship? Now, with bulky bodies activated on our board, the Prismatic Augment that was once forgotten finally returns to our units. Nope. It's not enough. Of course not. It was horribly played. And this game is a perfect example of when to actually not go level 9, but stay 8 and aim for Elise and Braum 3. Despite being tilted, we queued right up for the next game. See you in game 11.